on board with us. It's going to take some time. And I see Mr. Lauro coming up. Yeah, he's also here. Can you hear us?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, we all can hear him. Perfect.
Did we go live? Yes. Hey, Jason Ferrero here with Harsh Shetty, Laura Herrero, live again Saturday morning. We're going to talk about Johnny AI today. And last week with Johnny AI, I think, Laura, you got the numbers for Johnny AI. We're going to do a Q&A. We're going to answer all your questions. So pump out the questions, put them in the comments. Harsh will ask the questions, and I'll answer along with Laura and Harsh. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. It's a beautiful day out. Let's have a great time, and let's learn a little more about Johnny AI today. Welcome, Laura. Welcome.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. So you're on the West Coast, right? A little bit of
That's
something
it.
about Laura, right?
Yeah, but I'm in Northern California, north of San Francisco, about 2 hours up
That's
in
where
the
they got
country.
those big trees at, right? You could like drive through them.
Yeah, definitely. The redwoods are close.
Yeah, I was in San
It's
Fran
it's,
once.
it's rural NorCal.
Yeah, he's got a nice lake out back. You can go check it out. Just go walk by the lake. and Harsh is doing well. Harsh had a very busy day yesterday, ignoring me all day, guys. Yes, very much so. It took a lot to get him here today, but I got him here for all of you that are Harsh fans. So, Harsh, you would let me know if there was a question right now, wouldn't you?
That's right. I'm just looking at it, and we are sending emails as well again.
Okay,
I'm just looking at Gabriel if he's in the background, and he'll let us know.
And so, Laura, if we were talking about Johnny AI a little bit, tell me a little something about your vision of Johnny AI a little bit, and then tell the people here, if I were an agent and I were just like this mid-level agent making maybe I'm struggling, maybe I'm doing about $3,000 to $5,000 a month, maybe I'm doing 10. Do you see that that's the right fit for Johnny AI, or do you have a demographic?
I think Johnny AI is a great fit for a struggling agent, mid-level agency.
Yeah.
And a struggling agent is an agent that's not averaging at least one app daily. Great. One app daily is like a good benchmark for any agent to strive for, Monday through Friday. You want to take your weekends off, that's fine. Yeah. You don't want to work evenings, but if you can handle one sale a day within a 40-hour work week, that's a good place to be at. And if you're not there, that's where Johnny AI helps you. Yeah, because it makes you that much more efficient. While you're on the phone talking to somebody, Johnny AI can be pre-qualifying a call that just came in on your marketing. By the time you're done here, you got somebody else ready to talk to you, right, about what you sell. In this case,
unless Johnny closes the deal too. I mean, that's also
Johnny has the capability of doing everything. Yes,
right. I mean.
Let's take a look at the numbers for this week.
Let's do that. That's where I'm leaded next. Yeah.
And this week, we gave out a lot of free applications, but this is what we reported so far. And as you know, the agents that Johnny gave out those leads out to are still haven't reported on. I know you had some sales that you haven't reported on, but think of the following. Johnny AI took 32 calls that crossed 2 minutes, of which each one of those calls cost me $55. So that was 1,760. Man, 1,760.
1,760.
Okay, and 32 leads, right?
32 leads.
Now let me give you these stats. Okay.
Now, when we post it, put the numbers up.
Second,
check.
Johnny confirmed 7 confirmed sales that were confirmed. Now, I know Robert has a handful of leads that he hasn't confirmed on final sale. I know you do. And I know a few other guys that joined Johnny this week have leads in your hands that have not reported back to me if it's a sale or not. But based on where we're at on 4 days of Johnny working, because actually yesterday we didn't work. We launched Robert's AI. Yeah. But in a 4-day period, Monday through Thursday, Johnny took 32 calls again for a cost of $1,760 in 4 days. Now, for all you agents out there, you're thinking, oh my God, 1,700? You probably never spent that much in a month, let alone a week.
Yes.
Out of those 32 so far, as of this morning, there's 7 verified sales. So that would mean Johnny's closing ratio just on that point is 22%.
Yes, just on that.
Now the AP came out to $7,392.
And no agent touching any of that.
Well, you guys saw it. You could tell everybody.
I was there.
Witnessed.
And I'm just making sure that agents know that no participation agent was there.
This is obviously supervised by the licensed agent, Jason, Mr. Robert, myself, because this is a supervised platform. But ladies and gentlemen, over 85, 90% of the work was done by Johnny AI.
Yeah.
And if we factor in the sales that have not been reported,
yes,
I'm pretty confident it's more than that 22%
absolutely,
that we looked at this morning.
Yeah.
And those other leads aren't good.
Pushing Johnny to the level he can go because we're coaching, we're setting up AIs, we're setting up Johnny's for other agents. We're also teaching the scripts and things like that. So if we full blasted this, and like Laura's dream is to get to 100 of these a day. You know what I mean?
Imagine if you can work 100 leads a day under a supervised platform, and Johnny's closing, let's take today's numbers, 22%, because Johnny gave a lot of his deals to the agency.
Yes.
And can you explain to everybody that's watching, John or Jason or Robert, what that means, that we give out these apps so everybody can hear?
Robert, do you know what that means?
That means money in your bank account.
Yeah, that's basically what that means.
But it also means you're
Johnny
helping a lot of
hands the deal
families
off
too.
to us, right? He basically he could have a scenario where they want a different premium. They want to basically they just kind of hang up on the situation. They got to think about it. But Johnny does go 22 to 30 minutes in this, and as you see, Johnny sold 7.
And that's another part of this report. Check out his talk time. His average talk time
Now, this means keeping
was
on the phone.
18 minutes and 10 seconds.
18
Johnny goes the distance.
on the phone, and they know it's a Johnny AI, right? That's amazing.
Think of that.
Hey, Harsh, I don't want to skip anybody. Do we have any questions? Going to mix between these two.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt when
Well,
Laura was
go ahead,
speaking.
buddy.
So here comes a question. I'll just club because there are questions which are actually mixed up. I'll just club it. So first question is, why did you build Johnny AI,
That's a good
and
question.
what problem it solves?
Yeah, so
See,
that's
that-
a great question. So it covers a whole lot of reasons. But let's break them down, right? One, I'm looking at retirement in the next 5 years. I'm looking at retirement. I do not want to be in this business 30, 40 years. I just don't. And as I looked at retirement and I looked at my agency, I realized one thing. I'm like, okay, I'm 48 years old. If I retire by the time I'm 55, I can still, if God gives me that chance, right, I can still live 70 years old, 80 years old, maybe, right, in retirement. But what's going to happen to my business? Well, if I retire within the next 5 years and all new sales stop, then eventually my residuals over time will start dwindling out, fade out into the sunset, right? Over the years, they dwindle. So you got to make up that loss. Let's say it's 15% that we're losing, right? Chargebacks, cancellations, whatever. So how do we mitigate that 15%? Well, you keep the agency moving, right? Your kids get involved, and that moves the business forward. In my case, I don't know if my kids are going to be in this business. It's kind of funny to say that, right? They're young. I don't know. My oldest is 19. She's in
There's a
college.
lot of IMOs and agencies scrambling for young agents to keep the business alive.
Correct. My youngest is 9 years old, right? That'd be nice if one of them says, man, I want to be an insurance agent. That is so cool. but that's not the facts. So I started
Right.
thinking of what that looks like for me.
So
I'm
we
like,
have,
man, am I going to be an 80-year-old out there recruiting and stuff? I don't want to
if
do
that
that.
person that asked that question, Harsh, bottom line is that Lauro created it for himself to be able to retire and replace
So
the
moving on with that thinking, that was kind of my thinking. I'm like, if AI right now can help us reduce, the
So how many
coaching
questions
call
we have?
from thousands of people, then it could definitely sell our product line. And, that was 3 years ago. And here we are. Johnny AI has replaced me as a salesperson based on the training that we gave Johnny. So right now, all of you guys are here because you guys have witnessed one thing. Johnny AI can replace an agent right now. He can do it all. From asking hello to asking all of the questions to collecting everything necessary, he can do it. So that was the motivation. The second motivation was, if I can replace myself with an artificial intelligence under a supervised, system, that means I would not have to hire a new agent. And let me tell you the challenges with hiring people. There's a lot of agents out there. Unfortunately, most agents are looking for a job. They're looking for an opportunity, which is a good thing. But the facts are that most agents, unfortunately, are undercapitalized.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because we're offering a business opportunity. And a lot of insurance agencies aren't talking those real numbers, right? They just sugarcoat it. It's your opportunity, but they don't talk about what it costs to get that business going. They tell you about the opportunity. They flash the fancy cars and the amazing success stories. But let's talk about the mechanics of the cost. It's expensive. Any business startup is expensive, and most startups don't make it. Well, in final expense, most agents don't have money for leads. If they do have money, it might be 1 week. Okay, I'll work with that. You got only 1 week, man. It's tough because now I have to take time out of my schedule to sacrifice my personal sales where I can make 5-10 grand a week. Just me.
All right, I'll get to them, Harsh.
Right? Just me. I could sell that 5 to 10 G's. You guys have heard me sell. I don't play around.
No.
If I just focus on my personal sales, I'd do so much more, but I don't charge people for my training. So I say,
by the way,
I take time out of my own schedule. I don't charge the agent. I'm not playing that guru stuff with the agent. I give them the training for free. But if I deal with an agent that's undercapitalized, stressed out to the max, online looking at the next shiny object,
right,
and he invests a week in leads, and in that first week, he's looking for, a Holy Mary, right? Oh my God, like a breakthrough within a week. Let's be real. It's a startup, right? So if that agent's mindset's not there to understand it's going to be tough before it gets easy, then what happens for me? I lose out my time. So if I do that with 5, 10, 15, 20 people a month, and 80% of them are not serious, oh my God, how much money did I truly lose? I lost out on my opportunity of selling insurance. Well, Johnny AI does what? He replaced the agent.
Period. So
Johnny's not in question.
Is that
the only thing I have to manage now is the proper supervision and making sure Johnny has a lot of leads to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
And can I share my screen here? Is that cool?
Yeah, and then we're going to take the second question.
Yes,
we got a lot of questions too. So yes, I want to share.
Can I share my screen? Okay, let me figure out how to share my screen here.
But just tell the people that are asking questions.
Where is the screen at? Where is the screen?
Yeah.
This will probably answer a lot of their questions.
Is it present, I assume? Video? Share screen. Here we go.
Are you on your cell phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Yeah, there is an option of share screen over there. If you click on a plus icon over there.
Okay, so let me okay.
Keep asking your questions too, guys. We'll eventually get to everybody's question. We won't miss anybody this week. Harsh is not ditching
Okay.
on it early this week.
All right, guys. So you
You
guys
got
can
it?
see. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
So
I
look
just
at
put
the
it over
dates here. So Johnny AI took 32 leads that we pay for. Okay, 32. 1 minute, 52 seconds. We don't pay for that. But look at this one 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. This is one by timestamp. Look at the timestamp 1834, 822, 806, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 23 minutes, 25 minutes, 19 minutes, 25 minutes, 20
Incredible.
seconds. All of this stuff we don't pay. These are just dead air marketing. Remember, we're running digital ads at a major scale.
Yes.
28 minutes.
That's incredible.
Numbers don't lie.
Sold.
What's your average? What's your average talk time? What is your average closing ratio? For most agents, they cannot show these type of numbers.
What's your average just getting somebody on the phone to talk to?
Look at this. So Johnny AI on average, again, has 18 minutes and 10 seconds this week, sold 7 applications, of which you guys all know there's still a boatload of deals they're pending there.
Yes.
There's still a boatload. I know
When you
for
get
a
'em
fact,
done.
all of you guys on this call have a lot of opportunity there that I know will be reported. So when those numbers come back, this is not going to be no 22% for the week at 7,300. It's going to be way over that number.
Yeah.
For what? For $1,700 in lead cost.
Yeah.
Now, again, for some of you guys out there, when you hear the number 1,700, you're panicking. Of course, because you don't have a predictable system. That's why.
That's
but when
true.
you have a predictable system like Johnny, the only thing I have to worry about is the faucet of leads on. And you guys know I run lots of leads.
Yeah.
And is there somebody supervising Johnny, the licensed agent? Are they supervising him?
Yep.
Because the agent's the one that has to do the finale. Even though Johnny AI can do data inputting into the company. In fact, let's share a little. Let's do a little teaser here.
Don't do it.
Okay, a little teaser for all you guys. Let me share my screen.
Come on, man. You're
Just
going
to show you just a little bit of Johnny. Again, Johnny AI, your assistant, is only going to make you that much more profitable. It's not going to replace you as an agent because I won't allow that, but it's most definitely going to give you that extra edge that you need to write more insurance. There's just no way about it. I've put out a challenge out there. I've challenged those superstar final expense reps that call themselves superstars. I'm challenged them. If they can beat Johnny lead by lead, 10 inbounds, they can pick the lead source. I don't care. They could pick the lead source. As long as it's an inbound lead source, we'll show up for the party. And if they can beat Johnny and closes, I'll give them 100 inbounds of my leads. And all of you guys on here understand that we run quality traffic, not garbage. But check this out. Just a teaser, okay? This is an intake form. You guys can see, right? Correct?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yep.
Let me know if you can hear. Let me know if you can hear this, all righty? Can you guys hear?
No, not yet.
No,
You can hear it? How do I share my sound on here?
you gotta. Are you wearing your earphones right now?
I'm on my headset, yes.
Yeah, you gotta remove that.
My headset? Oh, well, I can't do that. That's gonna, oh, well. So if you're watching this, you want to see this in real life.
We are live at Monday through Friday is 11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
each year, all the way to 6 p.m. Unless we get enough Johnny in, and we might cut it down at 4 p.m. So, Harsh, why don't you ask the next question too, so we can get through those? But thank you, Laura. There's a lot more detail to this. If you come at 11:30 through 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, you can see Johnny live.
You must be licensed. You must be licensed. You must be an active insurance agent.
And if you're
Bottom
looking
line,
to get licensed, contact us and we can help you there too.
if you're thinking of, oh, this is a great multi-level marketing scheme where I can hire a bunch of people, this is definitely not who we are.
No.
We're looking for agents that are looking at this as a career, agents that are more motivated in helping families and selling insurance and building a personal block of insurance residuals for them before you go out and recruit. Hey, recruiting's important, but I don't believe that you can teach somebody something if you've never done it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there in the space that are leading others and they've never had success at it. I have a problem with that. So if you're thinking this is a great tool for my agents to recruit more people like a gimmick, this is far from what we care about. We don't want to assist in any of that shape or form. But if you're looking at this as a viable tool, like Mr. Robert Alvarez is looking at it to help his agents earn more money, have more sales, have more opportunity, have them excited and showing up every day to go to work, this is perfect for them.
It's gonna, you know, that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna provide such a great tool for the team and set us apart that they're excited about it. So are we. You know, super excited about it, especially after hearing my AI yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could sound that good, man.
What was, hey, Mr. Robert, what was your like reaction? You know, you went from a few weeks ago, maybe realizing this was out there in the world, but now you know it exists.
Oh, it's incredible, man. I mean, just the stuff that you've been able to put together, and you know, nothing phases Johnny. He's a killer. You know, he's just a cold-blooded killer, and that's what people need. Pull the emotion out, get them what they need, and move on.
I'm sorry, guys, to tell you, but the future's here now. You know what I mean? You probably weren't prepared for it. You knew it was coming. You just didn't know it would be here this fast.
Yeah, and if you think you have some kind of AI system, you don't have anything like this.
No. This is not something like me and Laura laughing. Like people got like these avatars running around and laughing about that. You know what I mean? People are really trying. Even the carriers themselves don't even have it, you know? So it's incredible.
And let me share something with you guys. The life insurance carriers are already looking at this. They're already integrating parts of AI in their workflow.
Yeah.
And I know this because I have the discussions with direct executive teams at that level.
Right.
So when people say, do you think that agents will be replaced? Well, we have Johnny that replaces the agent right now.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
You know,
so if we can do it, what's stopping a life insurance company from implementing this at a massive scale?
But our ideal is that they're probably not going to reinvent the wheel and just use Johnny. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, again, the technology is universal. The technology of AI is universal.
It is.
States like California are opening up shops, right? Encouraging small business owners to learn, to get to learn this technology, because only the guys with the big wallets, right, are able to play ball here. But what about the little guy?
Yes.
So the state of California, they have provided, you know, little workshops designed to help the small business owner, you know, level up against the big wallets that control the AI right now. It's a race. You know, you hear the AI race, that's a fact.
That's needed. That's very much. Harsh, why don't you fire out another question for us, buddy? Nick, good to see you, buddy. Nick Early, Ace Systems is here.
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Johnny
is the real deal.
He is.
And again, the technology is universal. Our only advantage is that we got years and years of data. And that right there is an advantage that is very powerful.
You have to have that amount of data.
The brain in Johnny is very advanced simply because of, again, he got thousands of experiences. So if anybody went out there and tried to build them or build something equivalent to it, go for it. I encourage it because that's only going to make us better. I encourage stuff like that because we grow, we learn from each other. If you come out and build something more amazing, I'm learning as well. And then that's how things grow, right?
Yes.
But in our advantage that I'm really, again, that's very difficult to duplicate is that data that's in Johnny's brain. Like Mr. Robert said, nothing phases him. And I know I have people that get on there, right? Guys that do AI, right? We've had a lot of people that are in the background of AI. And they're all waiting for Johnny to crack, right? And to go haywire, right? Back and forth. But Johnny don't do that. Johnny pivots in every scenario. He knows exactly what to do. And we're dealing with human beings that engage with this technology in a way that's very amazing still to me.
Yeah.
Just amazing how comfortable people are with this
That was
technology.
what I was going to add to that. The comfortability that people have with this is unbelievable because they know, but it's within 3 to 4 minutes they have forgotten that it's Johnny AI.
Correct.
And it's incredible, but they're under this notion that it still is, and it is. But it's like it's incredible to see that. It really is, because I was thinking never in a million years, because I'm talking top brass, state people, things like that,
And
saying that even they thought like 5 years ago it could never happen. Nobody's going to accept an AI to talk to a machine, you know. But
I
it's
have a friend that created a avatar where he sits at the command center, and I looked at his system because he wanted me to look at it. And it's this really unique avatar setup, right? So you're in this dashboard and you're in there in a command center listening to the client, right? An avatar, as long as there's consent, you can use avatar. And you know, the person, whether overseas or here, they're listening to the conversation and just pressing buttons. They're listening to the person's response. So if the customer was to say no, then the trained representative would push button 2, and the avatar would respond to that cue. And when we work with Johnny at those early stages of AI, we use the avatar platform, and we were getting over 20% of the calls closed on an avatar. So, you know, where we've come to where it's at today, it's grown.
The evolution of Johnny.
Yes, totally.
All right, Harsh, let's get another question in, buddy. I know there's, how many are there? 4 or 5?
Yeah, there are many of them right now, but
okay, let's
I would
make
tell one
sure
thing
we
is
get
that
through them
most
today. Last week, people were hitting me up.
one of the first things that I saw when it was Johnny AI and everything, apart from that, I was pretty much impressed about that as well. Because I'll tell one thing, Mr. Laura has built something which he himself cannot build it again, because it's a one-time miracle that is happening.
Yeah.
And that's phenomenal. I take an example
It's
like
a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Once.
And let me interject there real quick. It's a lot of selling. I have spent thousands of hours pitching these deals. I can't emphasize how important that information is for Johnny. So someone trying to do this, you would have to be a master at selling over the phone.
Yeah.
Or else you have nothing to train the machine.
I know that. Yeah.
If you don't have anything to truly train something, there's the proof in the pudding. Yeah. If I could get a machine to sell for me, imagine an agent. An agent only fails because they don't follow the process. That's Johnny has exposed the biggest flaw in people. They don't follow the system.
Period. He really has.
Oh my goodness.
It is training yourself while it's closing and you're selling too, so you can't lose, along with coaching your agents at the level they will never get, because Johnny is 100% correct on his strategies and staying to the script, staying to the playbook, of which if every agent did and they took the emotions out like we visually see every day, you would win. Your percentages would skyrocket. Let's get another question in, Harsh.
Of course, let's get to another question. The question is that what happens after the call?
So because the platform is supervised, you're supervising Johnny. So you have access to listen to the call. If you need to hang up because either Johnny made a mistake, which you guys have seen so far in almost 2 weeks of seeing him, he's battle tested. Yeah. He's not made mistakes other than maybe one minor one-word mistake. But other than that,
yeah,
he does what he's supposed to. So you monitor him go through the full process from start to finish. And then Johnny at that point in time connects the call with the agent in real time. Mm-hmm. And then the agent takes it, finalizes it, reconfirms all the information on the lead card, confirms with the customer, and then asks how do they want to bind the policy once all that's been confirmed. And then they email, text, or voice signature. But Johnny did most of the heavy lifting as you were supervising it. So as you're supervising it, and you need to do, maybe you take another call that comes into your funnel. Right. Now you're pitching a call while Johnny's doing the pre-qualifying on a lead, and you're pitching a new deal. Like I tell people, you can't beat me just because I'm that much more efficient than you are.
having two of you and one that's better than you.
And one that's better than you. Yes.
Right.
So when agents come in, feeling down or whatever, and they see Johnny going to work and kicking ass, and then they're dragging ass, at the end of the day, guess what happens with my agents these days? My agents complain to me zero. Why?
Show.
Because now their Johnny's outperforming them,
Because
and
they're
at the end of the day, their checkup from the neck up is, let me look in the mirror again, because it's not Johnny,
There you
it's
go.
me.
Right. The man in the mirror. That's a good
Yeah.
one, Harsh. Come on, Harsh. Give me number 3. Third on the
Next
list.
question is that. Okay. What do insurance agents get wrong about the AI in the current world?
What insurance agents right now have wrong is they feel that the consumer will not do business with a robot over the phone. We had the same concerns 3 years ago when we started this journey. That was our biggest concern. We're like, damn, man. So you mean to tell me we're going to run $55 quality leads into this machine here, and we're going to run 10 to 20 a day to test? Yeah. And how old are those engineers? 21 and 22. Damn. Okay.
Oh, my
Okay.
money.
Oh, man. Okay. And they told us to trust them. Yeah, they told us to trust them. Woo. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's
I think
a
what they
very-
get wrong is they're not, until you experience it, somebody's going to tell you, hey, Johnny AI selling policies. And you're going to be like,
you have to see this for
no
yourself.
way.
You got to
No
see
way.
this for yourself to really comprehend it. But
Come on, guys. Get on it, man. We have the link in the comments section. Come next week.
so again, the agents that get it wrong is they believe that's the case. And we've proven it's not the case. In fact, people are more friendlier to Johnny than they are to a human being. It is a very strange dynamic, but it's happening. I also feel that I think the consumer, because everything is talking about AI, right? They turn on the news and they hear the AI race between China and the US, and everyone's getting, they're getting, it's a modern world, right? And we're getting conditioned with this new stuff. So all of a sudden they're calling into this nice advertisement, right? That they've been looking at for several months, a year since we started disclosing the AI on our advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
And now I believe that they feel like this company is top notch. Think about it. They're not just hiring some people overseas. No, this company has some really good technology, and they got people talking like I talk and clear, concise English, and it changes everything, right? All of a sudden. That's my opinion. And I'm still learning too. But I would say that's like the biggest thing that people have wrong about it.
Yes.
But again, I don't blame them, because what's out there, I can assure you it's not close to Johnny. Would you guys agree? It's not close.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nick, you agree, right?
I agree.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, you gotta have all that sales data and the patterns that the AI can learn from in that. It's not like someone
That's
going to ChatGPT or one of these LLMs and just asking it to come up with something, and it's all
Right.
technically good on paper, but it doesn't actually work in the real world. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of examples of the exact little nuanced tweak for your exact sales process. I mean,
Right.
it's an iteration 1,000 times deep. It's not wide, it's deep.
Deep, yes.
There you go. Well said.
Yeah, and the way it even carries on a conversation with people. I mean, somebody says, "Oh yeah, my husband just died," and it stops and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss," or it retracts, right? It doesn't.
It's
It doesn't.
almost human to
No,
be
yeah.
with humans. Like,
People think it's human, like you said. Within 2 minutes in,
yeah,
they forget.
they are having conversations with it like
Yeah.
anybody else would. And the one guy gave Johnny a nickname, didn't he?
Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
He called him Johnny Bravo, baby.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
Bravo.
Hey, even the lady yesterday was like, I think you guys do this because you're empathetic, you care about your customers,
Yeah.
It was really
That's
right.
it was
When's the last time a client said that to one of your agents?
Yeah, right. Oh my God, man, that's incredible. Harsh,
So
what's
I
next?
hope that satisfied that person's question. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
those are my takeaways.
that's awesome. Great
What
stuff.
would be Johnny AI looking like in next 5 years?
That right there is a
That's the
scary
one.
situation. I think all of us should brace ourselves for something. Again, for me right now more than ever, I believe there's a time clock now.
Yeah.
And let me blow your brains even further. 15 years ago, I mean, 2015, I teamed up with a good group of people out in South Florida, the Levinsons and Levinsons out of
I know
South
them.
Florida.
I know them.
Bill and
Very-
Carrie Levinson, great
Yes, I know them
guys,
very
just
well.
first class people.
They are.
And
And the
Bill, he's an innovator, man.
Yes,
I
he
have
is.
nothing but respect for him. And if you guys are out listening to you, if you guys are listening, man, God bless you guys both.
God bless
You guys
you
are nothing
too.
but good
Trainer
people.
Jay, baby, they know me too.
And in 2015, he had his Insure Me Now Direct website where consumers can go to this website, fill everything out, and buy insurance.
Yes,
was
I see
amazing.
that. Right. I called him about it.
And at the time, people say, "Oh, that will never happen." This, that, the other. And I gotta say, because we lived it, in 1 year, we got like 600 enrollments on term insurance off that platform, with literally very, very little marketing dollars, and we saw it worked. Now, 10 years later, they got a bunch of other carriers on that platform.
That's right.
Doing what? Direct to consumer sales. Think of that. Within a decade,
Knew it was coming.
they went from one company. Now they got a variety of companies. Now, can you imagine, Bill and Carrie, if you're listening, if we added Johnny AI to that consumer website of yours that you have?
Go.
The guys that get stuck on signing up for whatever reason, right? And they get a little nervous, they can hit the button, call and talk to the agent right now. Boom. And they talk to Johnny AI. Again, so where do I see the future headed? I see the future headed in that kind of combination.
Yeah.
You either own a few websites, own a few landers with some real AI on there, right? Not just some chat box, but a real living AI system like what we've designed with Johnny. And now you got a full experience. Well, what about a video, Johnny? That Miss Jones wants to do a video call with Johnny, right? We can do that as well right now. We have the technology right now to do that. And Johnny can do a complete simulation for 30 minutes. You got technology like HenGen that can do long form AI stuff. Well, I believe it's going to head in that direction, but I truly believe that insurance companies are going to step in. You guys got to understand that life insurance companies, put yourself in their shoes. Writing quality business is very important, not only for you to, enjoy the fruits of your labor through residuals. That's very important. But think of a company, the first year their advanced investment. Think about it. We're at a direct contract with the carrier. We get a 150. Think about it. For every dollar in premium we bring them, they pay us $1.50. What?
Yeah.
But they do that because the value of those blocks of business long term are so powerful that they're investing in that long term investment. That return is long term, right?
Mhm.
Most life insurance companies, their profitability is like by the third year they're recovering. So imagine they're advancing your people 75% of those massive contracts, and then you have a group of sales agents, right, that have a 45% retention rate in final expense. Do you think those carriers really like that? So now that means that 50% of their investment they made in that agent is gone. And now they need to recover that. And then they got, some agents that can't, have no money to pay that back. And then they roll it up to the agency manager and, they do that to recover. But being a collection agency is not fun either. So there's a lot that they put out there, and there's a lot that they carry in terms of chargebacks, the carriers do. Why? because these IMOs hire so many people
Yes.
and they don't properly train them the way they should.
Right.
And then eventually, they drop off, the debt rolls up to the agency owner, but in most cases, the carrier's holding on to that negative. Johnny AI, if I'm a carrier, I'm looking at Johnny AI, I'm thinking, let's get some employees here at the home office. Let's get them licensed, appointed with the state. Let's get them LOA contracts here internally. And let's have Johnny AI handle 100 calls a day for us internally as a carrier as we start heading in this direction and seeing how it works out for the next year. And they're paying each one of those people, let's say $25 to $35 an hour. They get all of their license in the whole country. And all they do is supervise Johnny for the carrier directly. And Johnny's thorough, man. He asks all the health questions. He asks all the medication. He don't do the you got a heart, liver, lung problems like most agents do. No. He asks exactly what every carrier would want. When the carrier listens to him, they're high-fiving Johnny. Why? Because Johnny's fighting for the carrier and he's fighting for the client. He's being honest with both parties.
Yeah.
And by doing that, again, I think carriers are going to do that. Why wouldn't they? Look at Geico.
No, without question.
Geico has nothing but employees. I believe they have still
All right,
some
Rob, I'll see you, buddy.
people, but I believe it's mostly all payroll folk.
All right, great. I hope that answers that question. Harsh. Robert's got to go. Nick, you have anything to say about that with a wiffle ball bat? Harsh, you wanted to get that next question out. I know you do.
That's right. I had to. Is Robert going to
It's all
come back?
about efficiency.
Robert,
Let's go back to the training thing, and it's like, man, if you look at 90% of other industries, they don't just throw bodies at the problem. They're like, okay, what does it cost to properly develop talent? If I want a multi-six-figure producer, let me hire somebody with a track record. Let me pour the resources into that person. Let me understand what were the exact circumstances that caused their success somewhere else. Not that they need to change their own internal departments and procedures to mold to somebody, but if they're truly looking to make an initiative successful, they pour additional resources in and shape it to the best of their ability to make that relationship and that person work. And you bring somebody on that is worth 100 or 150 other people, then of course you can expect to spend a little bit more on that type of talent, but you have no waste. It's all predictability. You know what outcome you're going to get. You know that they're working every day. You can see their track record. And so, somebody asked a question yesterday that was like about, hey, do I just fire fast and hire killers, or do I train people in-house? And I was like, if you're under 7 figures, go hire the killers, hire the right person and pour into them properly. If you're over 7 figures, then you need to develop your ability to turn anyone into the person they need to be. Well, this is just the shortcut for that. Turn Johnny on. He can have more call volume.
Period.
It doesn't matter how people feel about it. It is what it is.
It's really so powerful that you, without seeing it, you'll never realize what we have here and what you're ever to get a hold of now. I'm so passionate about this. It woke my ass back up, man. It really brought me back into the industry in a passionate way. This industry, I've been doing this for 15 years and it gets dull. And with all the changes that have happened, I missed sitting across from Mrs. Jones. But with Johnny handling it, I feel like I'm in the living room with them. I feel like I'm a part of the sale. You know what I mean? It's incredible. And I get to interact with these people too. I'm actually getting calls at a level that I've never ever experienced in the industry. Quality people that want to talk about.
We don't even talk about how the lead system we have. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're struggling with leads, hit me up. I will slam you with calls. I'm telling you. One of the biggest problems you will find out there is that not many marketing companies, if you call them and ask them for inbound final expense, will have a system where they'll sell you leads without strings attached. We help all sorts of people. I could care less who you work for. If If you need leads, I'll hook you up. I got people that work for Quility, Symmetry. I could go on and on and on and on. I don't live in that cult mentality, in my business structure. I collaborate with a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that's where you're special too. There, I've seen that in you, and that's amazing that you help those people out because it's necessary, it's needed. It's just that
But
nobody knows about it. So we're trying to get the word out through these podcasts. So Harsh, I don't want to keep people waiting. I know you when you scratch your nose, it's time to ask the question. Go ahead.
That's right. The next question is that if Johnny is doing all the sales, what role will the humans would play inside it?
you gotta bind the policy. You gotta do the finale, and you gotta do the policy review. Even though Johnny can do policy reviews. I confirmed from a life insurance company, 100-year life insurance company, they're having AI doing follow-up already for their policy lapses
Heard
and
it.
policy reviews. Imagine that. So my whole thing is our role will be supervision, nonstop supervising your Johnny. I believe that the AI laws are going to change, and there's a lot of gray areas now, but I believe a lot more regulation is going to happen. But for now, it's only allowed for an agent that's licensed, and the agent must supervise. In fact, that's part of our service agreement. It stated that if you give the credentials to somebody else, it's over. We pull the plug. If you insert any other leads into Johnny, it's over. They only got to be verified, vetted leads. And there's a lot of lead systems out there, but if they're not vetted by us, that's why we don't provide that initial number to the Johnny to give the agent so they can give it to any lead vendor, because then next thing you know, you got a big old nightmare with the TCPA violation and DNC, and you don't want that.
It's very well controlled, the environment, and it's a very well developed culture, and it's a new environment now too, and it's a new culture that you just have to see. Like you'll see it and you'll be blown away. But when you're interacting with it, you're gonna be happier than hell that you got Johnny next to you, closing deals, helping you find more deals, and then at the same time you're getting coached, you're saying the presentation properly, and you're closing more deals yourself, and you're jacking your income up. The bottom line is it's all green in the end, guys. So why stick with the arena that you're in if you go play ball somewhere else and they're offering you more money? You know what I mean? The bottom line is that you got a better coach, and that's Johnny AI. Harsh, ask the next question, please.
The thing that Mr. Laura said right now is that the laws on AI would change, because once it is codified, we
Yeah.
have a perfect structure to understand in which direction the AI laws goes. I've seen one of the guys here. He creates images with the AI and he sells them on Pinterest. So the major question which was raised over here is that who is really the owner of the picture? Is it the Chat GPT? Is it Sam Altman, or the person who is selling it? Because the images which are being generated from the AI, it doesn't has any ownership rather than disclose it clearly. So the laws are very much thin right now, but once it becomes perfect and it's codified and we are on the right track with it, this thing is going to blow up one day.
Amazing. Fire out that question. I know somebody's there saying,
Yeah, the next question is that will AI replace salespersons and will be taken over?
I think so.
yeah,
I think so. If you want
seen
to,
it.
live in, as the old timers would say, you live behind those rose-colored glasses. Go for it. I'm just as real as it comes, man. And if I and my team, humbly speaking, can build what we did with Johnny, why wouldn't a $1 billion life insurance company that has endless resources to hire the best people in the globe, man? I mean, the answer is I believe they're going to do it. They're already doing it.
The reality check to create something this amazing is
My
that
only
the
thing,
carriers would have to find a Loro to punch the data in, right? They would have to
of
find
course,
somebody.
but they have, again, I always say this: the technology is universal, guys. So adopt it, learn from it,
Yeah, sure, right.
use
I
it,
agree. Right, yeah.
right? But it's how you implement it that matters. And that's where, again, all those years of selling insurance over the phone successfully, it's proven now in Johnny
I just feel like there's no reason to reinvent the wheel in this. I mean, I've been around a long time. If you can make it better than Johnny,
I get it, but I don't want to discourage people from doing it,
Oh,
right?
sure.
You want to strike people's curiosity in this and have people
That's
growing
really
in
how it
this.
goes, right?
You understand what I'm saying? This is
I
for
do.
everybody, you know?
I do.
But I truly believe that I think in the next 5 years, you're going to have more people thinking in this direction. You're going to have
Oh, I think it's
people,
less than that, cuz you know what I mean. I
you
think
got
we're
senior citizens that are a lot more tech savvy. They're getting more
really
comfortable
that
with
was
this
the point
world.
that made this very much work really well. And because when we looked at it, we looked at the data and we say they're comfortable with Johnny. They have no problem talking to Johnny AI.
All I could say, guys, you would have to see this for your own eyes and have that experience. As much as we talk about it here, you would have to experience that situation. And I think as an agent, everyone that we've introduced this to, they've had a definitely, I would say, a moment of impact, really, a paradigm shift, really.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Harsh, why don't you fire out the questions and let's get on with our Saturday, man. Let's help these
Jason
people out.
knows the shift that is coming inside his life that Mr. Laura is talking right now.
I feel that, baby.
Yeah, it's definitely a paradigm shift, man. And there's been several paradigm shifts in our industry.
Yeah,
One of them was telesales, that paradigm shift. For many years, people did not accept that. And guess what? Eventually, everyone had that shift. Here we are now with AI, and there's going to be, oh, no, oh, this. And people that don't even know what they're talking about are definitely going to say something about it, right?
Oh,
but we
God.
challenge that too, you know?
Absolutely.
If you're sitting there saying, that's illegal.
Oh, we
What
actually
does the
have
law
a
say,
challenge.
man? If you're there saying that, please bring it to our attention. We're not saying we know everything. Believe it,
No,
we're not.
right. It's
But
like
if you're
get
looking
on
at
board,
something, this or that, I would never ever turn down something, especially if it's advice.
right.
That's why we're all collectively working towards this goal.
And Laura, Nick, Harsh, if I was on the outside looking in and I had something to bring to this, instead of not evolving with it, some people are out there they're just anti it, but they know it's coming. But I think it's the shock that it exists. And a couple guys like us have it. You know what I mean? So ask the next question. I'm interested to move on.
Biggest difference is that if the people who are watching this right now and they're going to comment or maybe share this later, but the difference is that if people see this exist, and there would be two options over here, they would be afraid of it or they're going to contact Jason. But the people who are getting afraid are the people who don't want to accept that this change is going to happen, and if they don't, then
Well,
that's the point.
you know, that's the way it is. But
So the next question is
the news is, guys, is when you see it live, you'll be able to see it live. But the data speaks for itself. We have the proof.
Yeah.
So let's ask the next question because I got to get
The
rolling.
next question is that what is the biggest challenge that you faced?
Laura,
That I
you-
faced at what stage? At the beginning?
I think where we're at right
it's-
now.
I guess that's the beginning because challenges
At
come
the
from
beginning, the biggest challenges
Nick,
was
what do you think,
hallucination. Hallucinations was our biggest challenges with AI. And that was very frustrating. And what a hallucination is when the AI gets confused and he goes into a repetitive state. And, say, Mr. Harsh. Yes, Mr. Harsh. Yes, Mr. Harsh. Yes, Mr. Harsh. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, Mr.
Yeah.
That was a form of
And
hallucination.
correcting that stuff live.
Or
Should we
it would
prove
say,
something?
or it would say, if somebody would engage with the system, and then it would go into this avatar type response system. That's why the data is so important, what you're feeding it and how you're prompting it. And then again, all those experiences, those simulations by real life scenarios is what gives Johnny that empathy that you guys see. That's shocking.
Yeah, that's so true. That's amazing that he has it. Go ahead, Harsh, with the question. I'm so excited to hear the next question too.
that's right. The next question is that
I got so much Red Bull in me. I'm ready to go.
can Johnny actually adapt during the conversation?
Absolutely. That's the most shocking part about
That
it.
is the most shocking one here. It really is.
And the people that deal with them,
It's so
again, in the first few seconds, the transparency laws state that we must disclose, one, that by calling into this advertisement, you agree that we will be texting you. We will be using artificial intelligence. We will be using automatic dialing systems. We will be using pre-recorded messages. So we're letting people know that on the fine print of our ads, right? But as soon as Johnny picks up the call, he discloses it immediately, who he is and who he's calling on behalf, or who's receiving the call for. So it's a very dynamic situation. So the people know he's AI, but the way they talk to him, I think if you were to join us, whoever asked that question, as long as you're licensed, you'll be shocked to see that dynamic engagement with the consumer.
Yeah, we clearly disclose at the start of the call that the voice is artificial or an AI generated.
That's right. Perfect, perfect. And here comes there. This is the last one actually.
Cool.
What results can we expect in next few months or in few years with the Johnny AI?
Johnny right now, conservatively speaking, closes 30% of the time. In this week's numbers, we only reflect 22% because these are locked in committed sales. But Johnny gave out a lot of sales application leads, healthy ones, to Nick, Jason, and the rest of the people that showed up, agents, that I'm confident is way over that 30%. But, conservatively, he's doing 30% now. But he averages, at least my clone is doing between 30 to 50% now. So for us, we're extremely happy at his results right now. But I think he's only going to get better and better as the time goes by. The technology is growing and getting better every single day. I could tell you that. And the cost of it is becoming more and more accessible to everybody. 3 years ago, it was a major commitment for me and my partner to do this. It was a six-figure commitment that we both made. Nervous and freaked out, right? We got no venture capital. We got none of that kind of money. Just renewals and final expense commissions. That's the money we have to pay for this. But what it cost then to now, it's just amazing.
So I think we come out too.
But the question is that I have a question over is that the cost that you and your partner put, it's phenomenal, and you just work towards this dream that you had, and you actually made it real, right?
Yes.
But if right now, and we see Johnny AI is increasing, and it wants to, sell more policies. Bottom line, if it needs to improve itself, and needs to get more smarter every single day, do we need to do any kind of update inside
I
it, or it
think
gets update automatically?
Johnny AI learns on every sale that he makes. That's why we need to confirm the sales. And every week, based on that, he's prompted to better his fluency, better his skill set. Nothing changes. The system stays the same. He's just getting better. And if you guys notice, he's getting smoother and smoother as the days go by.
Really
I don't know if you guys have noticed this.
It's unbelievable. It truly is.
Right.
I'm just so happy to be a part of this. I am. So if anybody wants to get in contact with us, 11:30 Eastern AM to 6 p.m. usually Monday through Friday. The podcast every 9 a.m. Eastern. You can get a hold of us. Harsh.
But
routine.
I wanted to add one more thing to answer that question. The number one thing we're about to do is to make this better for him is that our lead quality overall is great. Okay. Because we run everything, CTV, TV, Facebook, you name it, anything digital we're on and generating interest. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking of a MetLife commercial that I saw in Mexico when I was down in Mexico a few years ago.
All right.
And I was watching this commercial, and this commercial was just amazing. MetLife. Obviously, I'm not going to copy it, but the concept of it was just blew my brains. In that commercial, MetLife was selling insurance to the Mexican people. And, they would sell them the insurance, get them to, the emotional part of that television commercial. But then after that, in the commercial, they told everybody that by calling in today, you are going to be talking to an insurance agent in real time. You are going to be discussing your health criteria, and you're going to be able to buy a policy today. Okay? So that's what MetLife was saying on that commercial. And I believe if we better our marketing and that kind of, without being there's no gimmicks there because it's all final expense, but we share with the people what's going to happen the moment they call us. I believe our closing ratios are going to skyrocket, if that makes sense. But again, that's something we're planning to do with television for 2027. And it would be a solid TV commercial and infomercial where we're going to be explaining to people what's going to happen when they call in to our advertisement. And I believe that's going to help Johnny even more. And in fact, all of us even more, because again, based on what MetLife did. And I'm confident they sold a lot of insurance based on that commercial.
They got a MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So is that it, Harsh, today? We got an hour in?
That's it. There's no other questions. And Gabriel just verified that there are no other questions. We covered everything.
All right,
Okay.
guys.
All right. Well, thank you. It's another
All right.
Saturday podcast, Johnny AI. That's the subject. If you know anybody who wants to try Johnny AI or wanted to come check us out 11:30 a.m. through 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, come see us 9 a.m. Eastern for the podcast, Johnny AI. He's the future. I'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Thank you once again. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Lauro. Thank you, Nick.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.